As the outside temperature rises, we look at how people at work are dealing with it.
Health and fire warnings issued across southern Europe as an extreme heat wave sends temperatures soaring above 40 degrees.
An amber heat health alert remains in place across areas including London, the East Midlands and the east of England. People are being urged to take sensible precautions and check on vulnerable people. Temperatures will peak tomorrow at a possible high of 34 Celsius. Much of southern Europe is also sweltering with temperatures of 40 degrees and higher expected in Spain and Portugal.
We know it's warm, isn't it, Thomas? Certainly.
Morning, Thomas.
Yeah, warm, hot. You know, it really is going to be very, very hot in some parts of the country over the next couple of days. So we've got today, Monday and Tuesday. That's when we'll see the highest temperatures, particularly in the southeast and central parts of the UK. And then after that, it looks as though the heat wave is going to ease. So this is what it looks like over Europe at the moment. So where you see the yellows and the oranges and the reds, that's where temperatures are above average for the time of the year, and considerably so. Where it's blue, it's cooler. So we literally have that wave of heat, and over the next few days we'll see that peak in the heat moving into central and more eastern parts of Europe. So eventually the heat wave is going to break. So 33 or 34 will be the highest tomorrow. That's also significant for Wimbledon. It's the first day of Wimbledon on Monday. Now, the hottest opening day, first day of Wimbledon on record, is a little over 29 degrees. So we are forecasting a record breaker as far as the first day is concerned. It has been hotter throughout the tournament. We've had temperatures into the mid-30s, but the first day is expected to be the hottest on record.
But first, just want to show you the live scene in Leeds. Now, interestingly, this was pretty much the view from my window when I used to live in Leeds. And it's looking lovely, but a very, very sunny day there, and can get quite stuffy in the city. That's the only thing in temperatures like today.
Yeah, fairly overcast to start the day there, but temperatures, as we've been discussing, as we're here in the forecast, going to climb as we get through the day.
So you might want a sea breeze. So if we move from landlocked Leeds to the scene in Lerwick live, I mean, look at that. It's just like a postcard, isn't it?
It's beautiful.
Picture
the sun
perfect.
Glistening across the water, just off the Shetland Islands.
And that's where you want to be, with a bit of a sea breeze, because we're going to be talking a little bit later on how you cope when the temperatures are really high in terms of getting to sleep at night, because it can make things really difficult. You can't always have the window open if you're on a ground floor, for example. Indeed.
And the temperatures forecast to rise across the UK in the coming days. And we were hearing that the temperatures across Europe even higher, parts of Spain and France issuing heat alerts because of the extreme temperatures, advising people to be cautious. Yeah, that's why you'd rather be up there in Lerwick. But we've also been reporting from Glastonbury today, haven't we? And the conditions there is looking a little bit more cloudy. But at Glastonbury too, the festival organisers were putting out warnings, weren't they, about how to cope in the heat conditions. They were talking about making sure you stick to the shade where possible. And I know that sometimes the reaction is for people to say, well, why are we getting advice on this, given that we've had temperatures like this before? But there is an amber heat health alert in parts of the country.
A heat wave across southern Europe is intensifying, with public health warnings issued in countries including Portugal and Greece. This map shows the latest temperatures on the continent, with some places forecast to hit over 40 degrees today. Temperatures are also rising in the UK, with amber heat warnings in place for London, the east of England and the Midlands.
Hello again, hope you're all keeping well. So for many, it's certainly a warm end to the day and then split conditions as we go through the start of the week.
Hello, the next couple of days are going to bring some of us some really hot and humid weather, but on Sunday,
How hot it got really depended on how much cloud you had in the sky. Parts of the southwest of England did stay pretty cloudy for a good part of the day.
Hello. If you think it's been hot this weekend, hotter is still to come. The start of the new week, temperatures topping at around 30 to 34, maybe 35 degrees Celsius. So very hot and humid. An amber heat health alert continues. I think with temperatures this high, even the most heat hardy will find it challenging. But this is really to raise awareness that a difficult few days out there for the very young, some older people, people with health conditions. And from Wednesday, although turning a bit cooler and fresher, it will still be on the warm side. No surprise in this sort of weather that pollen levels remain very high, maybe dipping a little bit by Wednesday. By then it'll be turning a bit cooler and also a touch fresher as well.